Hello.
Hi.
Hey, what's up? This is the WNS Podcast, episode 121. Daniel was all like, "Yeah, fine, start without me." So we're starting without him. Ow, fuck.
This is great.
I'll probably edit this out.
Yeah, he will.
What are you doing?
That's right. I'm Tyler Abear.
And I'm Doug. Daniel's buying a drink.
Yeah.
We'll get started momentarily.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Get to your old mic.
What are you doing? How's your day been going?
All right. I'm tired.
I'm kind of tired too. You think he'll edit this out?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I really messed up my leg on that chair.
What'd you do?
I don't know. My leg was like intertwined in that loop thingy.
Oh. Damn chair.
Yep. So what's up? What's been going on?
Work, and it sucks.
Yeah, it's getting hot, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We need to find those cushy like AC inside jobs.
Yeah. That's true that. Yeah. Be like Noah, work inside a library.
I think I could get into working at the library. I mean, what could you possibly even be doing?
I don't know. I don't really know what he does. I don't know that sometimes he's behind the counter, but
You're listening to the official Wrestling News Source podcast. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com or find us on Facebook by searching WrestlingNewsSource.com or WNS Podcast. Now, here are your hosts, Daniel Herron, Tyler Abear, and Doug.
That's right. What's up, everyone? I am Daniel Herron.
I'm Tyler Abear.
I'm Doug.
And welcome to episode 121 of the official podcast for WrestlingNewsSource.com. For all your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com. Check us out on Facebook. I did. Check us out on Facebook, WrestlingNewsSource.com. You can find us on Facebook, WNS Podcast, on YouTube, WNS Video, and on iTunes, Wrestling News Source Podcast.
Wow. If you want to follow us on Twitter,
It's not a race. Slow down.
Gotta win.
is that WNS Podcast up in the main site, WN Source. Oh, no.
We're on tout at WNS Podcast.
Welcome to the show, everyone. How's it going, guys? How you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah?
Doing all right.
How was your birthday, Doug? Was it pretty good?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty enjoyable?
Yeah,
Not too bad.
not too bad.
Awesome. I'm very glad. I know a lot of the listeners wish you a happy birthday as well.
They sure did, and I certainly appreciate it. It was very nice of all of them, whether it was on our page or my personal page or whatever.
People on the WNS page.
Yeah. Oh, on the wrestling page.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I apologize off there either.
People on there as well. So
Yeah, honestly, it means a lot, guys. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. Everybody, no matter where you post.
not too bad. You got some cookies and you have a good birthday day itself.
Yeah, I think so.
No.
I mean, I had to work, but I mean, you know how it is.
Tough job.
Once you're an adult, I guess you can work on your birthdays and shit, you know?
I'll request off for my birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I should have done that.
Although my birthday is on a Sunday this year, so I might be able to get away with it on that one.
I got to say, I do the same thing because, well, no, it's a funny story because usually we have July 4th off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm July 1st.
Yeah.
So, and July 1st starts our vacation we get for
I'm going
the
to have to
year.
work on the 4th of July.
So.
It's going to be no fun. Going to have to do the fireworks show again. Be out there all day.
Make sure you pass out WNS Podcast flyers.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, I've got a wedding. I'll be gone the 4th.
Oh, man.
All right.
All kind of busy times.
Can I just say that a minute ago when Tyler was letting me in the building, he uttered a phrase that made me so happy. I don't know why. I mean, no one's going to think it's funny or anything, but it made me crack up. He said, he's been in the rap game a long time, hasn't he?
Huh?
So we saw a poster for Scarface is playing the 11th or whatever. And he's like, hey, man, he's been in the rap game a long time, hasn't he? I was like, yep. Yeah. Scarface is awesome, and I just thought it was hilarious that Ambrose said that phrase to me.
The fact that Tyler knows how long that he's been in the game. Right?
Yeah, I know, right?
Tyler, how you doing? Yeah, did you have a fun weekend?
It was all right.
Yeah, all right. Got a little rose on your cheeks. Got a little sun.
Yeah, took my dad out to the drag races, but
Very cool.
late birthday gift.
That's cool. Got a sunburn for the trouble.
Yeah, I did.
But all in all, not too bad.
Yeah.
Doug and I got to go.
Yeah, I was about to say, how was?
Yeah, we got to go see GC PPW for the last time. We're never going back to go see GC PPW. It's because it has changed.
Goddamn sure never bringing t-shirts with us.
No joke. Hey, where's my shirt? Hey, where's my shirt? Do I get a shirt? Oh, I heard you're passing out free shirts. Just clarify. They were thank you gifts for all the help that people have done for us. It was a token of our appreciation. So, like the folks at GC PPW, although now it is called Hurricane Pro. So the big reveal was that they changed the name. So got to enjoy the show. It was a weird night. Or at least in the beginning of it.
Well, Aber wasn't there. Ryan wasn't there.
Yeah. Noah wasn't there.
No, it wasn't. Nobody was there but us that we knew personally. And the crowd is just so weird there.
Yeah.
They're like more interested in hollering at each other. I get like being loud about the matches and stuff, but they're just like entertaining themselves by like going back and forth with each other.
Yeah. Not cheering, not
I noticed
booing.
that they usually do that though.
Yeah. I mean, it's
well,
not
this
like,
week more so than usual.
It's not like dueling chants where they're getting behind opposite guys or anything that would even make any kind of sense. It's just them yelling at each other.
Yeah.
It's just weird to me.
I think I know who it is.
Yeah, you'd probably be right. So, but all in all, the show itself was pretty
solid.
good.
Yeah, pretty solid show.
The only match I had issues with was the second match, but I think most people had issues with that one. But, they went out and tried their best, so
Yeah.
not too bad.
Bunch of new champs.
Yeah, and after the show, we got to go backstage and talk to a bunch of the guys that we've had on the show, and talk to potential future guests. And we're looking forward to possibly having Ruthless Ryan Davidson come on our show next week to talk about the Booker T Reality of Wrestling taping that's going to be going on, not this coming weekend, but the following weekend, the weekend.
It's an pay-per-view.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
I believe. Don't quote me. I have to double check.
I think I heard that too. But I have to. Yeah, we'll have to double check on that one. But yeah. So we'll possibly have him on as well as Kevin Kelly. Kevin. I always get this mixed.
Kevin Kelly is the ex WWE now ROH guy.
I always get this mixed up.
Well, it's because they're the same names, just flipped.
Yeah. So.
And he's a dude, so it's easy to say Kevin first.
Yeah, that's true. So, all in all, not too bad. Got some stuff looking forward to in the future. Definitely appreciated getting to talk to those guys as well. And got to see our buddies, Steve DeMarco and Tyler's former trainer, Jared Wayne.
Jay Wayne.
Yeah, Jay Wayne.
He found himself a new crony.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's got a new guy. So
Billy Wayne.
Yeah, there's
Right.
another one of them now.
Another one of those Waynes.
Another Wayne and Top Guns and whatever. So yeah, not too bad. Make sure to go out and support your local wrestling. Have a good time. Let us know about it so we can help spread the word as to what's going out. We've had a couple.
Try
people,
to get it to us early in the week, though.
Yeah, that's where I was exactly where I was going. And we've had a couple people say, "Oh, hey, tomorrow night, it's going down." But
we usually record on Tuesdays. People.
Yeah, so if you can get it to us the week before the event, or if it happens that Friday, make sure you get it to us by Monday or something. Let us know. And we'll try and get the word out for you. So,
do we know if there's any reviews for?
Don't believe there are any
no
reviews for
iTunes
this
reviews.
week. So, but that's okay. You can't get one every single week. So, but if you happen to be listening to us through iTunes, hey, leave us a review. Let us know what you think of the show, and certainly appreciate it. So, gonna go ahead and dive on into what happened on Raw.
Which, full disclosure, I missed about a half of.
That's okay.
I was out to dinner for my birthday.
There you go.
I came in.
Where'd you end up going?
La Cantina.
Nice.
And then I came in, got some phone calls from some people I had to talk to, wish me happy birthday, et cetera, et cetera. And I thought I had programmed my recorder, and it didn't. I don't know. I guess the settings are messed up, but I ended up missing about half the show. So.
Oh, well, that's okay. I feel like this Raw, there was a little bit of progression in the storylines. The action was pretty good. But other than that, I don't know. It didn't feel like they were really moving toward. They were promoting a lot of stuff. Like they were promoting they were promoting Make-A-Wish, they were promoting Domino's, they were promoting all kinds of stuff within the show.
Well, they promote. You said E.
Yes, the E network.
They're getting a Diva show.
Yeah, the Diva show.
Really?
Is going to have a reality show called Total Divas. So it's going to be on there. So it's kind of a looming sign that the network is possibly not going to be happening.
Sucks, man.
But you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
So, but we kick things off with a triple threat match, in which the winner. Well, we should make a note that the sidekicks of the wrestlers who are in the triple threat at Extreme Rules were the ones who were wrestling. So it's Ricardo Rodriguez versus Zeb Coulter versus Big E Langston. So, and the winner of that match gets to help determine the stipulation for the triple threat match at Extreme Rules. This was kind of a short match, and all parties pretty much got involved. Since it's a triple threat match, there are no disqualifications. So,
did it feel weird? I know we've seen it for the last few Raws, but Zeb Coulter in a match, does it seem weird?
I mean, every guy that was in the match is a wrestler, or was a wrestler.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
So it's not like they don't know what they're doing.
No,
but
they know how to put
that,
a match
together.
Just, I mean,
yeah, and Zeb kind of chose his spots. Like he would step outside of the ring and let Big E rough up on Ricardo, and then he would step in and rough up on Ricardo as well. And then there was a time where Big E, charged at Ricardo, and Ricardo got out of the way. Big E Langston went shoulder first into the pole, and then Zeb started hitting him, and so it was kind of funny watching him do it. He almost got the victory, but like I said, everyone sort of gotten involved in the match. Like Del Rio delivered the enziguri kick to Big E, sort of taking him out. Ziggler tossed Del Rio out. Swagger tossed him out. And so
Big E hit a clothesline on.
Yeah, Big E hit a clothesline
on Swagger, and taking them both out.
Yeah, and then Zeb got the cover on Ricardo, but AJ stopped the count, and then Ricardo won with a roll up. So Ricardo defeats Zeb and Big E for the triple match to determine the stipulation for later that night. It was something fresh. It's something we haven't really seen. It's certainly not a 5-star match, but
I could. Well, I mean, I was looking. I missed the first half of the show, and I was looking around for full videos on full videos online. And I should say, I ended up finding this, and it was. I don't know if it was in its entirety because it was clipped down to about 3 minutes and some change. But I thought it was fine. I thought it was entertaining. I'm sure a lot of people will shit on this, but every guy that was in the match is a wrestler or was a wrestler, and they know how to put a match together.
And Ricardo took some pretty good bumps, and
like I said,
it wasn't a 5-star match, but it wasn't it wasn't terrible.
I like the hitting him in the head with the pail type bucket stuff.
Yeah, and that not even phasing Big E. Nice. And as soon as I was watching it, I was like, wow, this is something fresh. This is something we haven't really seen before, where the sidekicks get to decide the stipulation in a sense, And so it immediately made me go into my head, oh, are they listening to our show? Because it's something fresh. It's not stale. And then, you see Cody getting a showcasing against Orton, and Ziggler going up against Kingston in a pretty good match. So it's like, you kind of just have to wonder, but also put it aside because you're saying, okay, well, they're also building towards Extreme Rules for the other participants, but it just makes you wonder. But up next, we got to see John Cena come out with the Make-A-Wish kids, because it was apparently Make-A-Wish Day, and he did a great thing for all the kids, having them come out, and they got to choose their own superstar name, and they got a nice cheer from the crowd and all that. So it's one of those things that no matter how many times people will go out and bash John Cena, oh, he should do this, and he should do this, he should turn heel and stuff. It's like they constantly do stuff to remind you, like, well, this is why he's still a good guy. It's because he makes such an impact on the Make-A-Wish kids. Like they said, he's the most asked for person in any genre for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. He's granted over 300 wishes and counting. So it's like,
I think that's so cool, man.
Yeah.
It really is.
And like, for a kid to get that wish, they could ask for just about anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to go to Disney World. Oh, I'd love to go here. I'd love to see this. I'd like to meet this. For over 300 people to say, I just want to meet John Cena, that speaks volumes about the impact that he has. And we asked on the Facebook page who, our listeners would like to meet, and they responded as well. So it's kind of it's like every time you say to yourself, man, I just wish they would turn heel. It's getting so stale. They come back and they remind you of these things, and you're just like, well, okay, he does do a lot of good things for them.
They did replay it like at the end of the show, and it was really cute. And I mean, it's just cool to see those kids out there. And the crowd. I mean, like I underestimate people, particularly wrestling fans. A lot of the time, I'm just like, I like every time it happens, I'm just waiting for the crowd that boos the shit out of him, even though he's up there with like Make-A-Wish kids and stuff. There. And it didn't happen, and I'm so thankful. I was like, because
they showed a nice video package of him going to the Today Show and talking to the kid, and and lots of people talking about Cena and stuff like that. So whenever his music hit, didn't get any boos. People stood up and
because if you're the one or a few people are booing, you're the asshole.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man.
Like, dude, you're booing kids
right.
who are
terminally ill.
Yeah, so but it was good. It was good to see them.
It was cool. They were excited about the names they'd picked too. And stuff.
That's awesome.
I can't remember all. I know the first one was the Eliminator.
Yes,
and cool. I know something the Stitch, and the last kid was like Lightning. Something that starts with an L.
Yeah. But it was
cute.
Yeah, it was good to see, and they don't do stuff like that every week, so it was nice to see. Like I know they did the breast cancer awareness month where they had the Susan G. Komen, and I like that kind of stuff. It gets them a little bit more involved.
I mean, you could take the cynical route and say that it's just
it's for publicity,
it's for good pub, but regardless if it's for good pub or not, they're still doing it. So it still matters, you know.
They're still doing good things. So, not gonna talk bad about stuff like that because that was actually some good stuff. And next up, we got to see Randy Orton go up against Cody Rhodes. And this was a pretty long match. I think it went 2 full seconds. Like they went to commercial twice on this one. Strong showing for Cody Rhodes. A pretty good showing for Orton as well. And Orton ended up getting the victory after Cody went for the disaster kick, jumping off the middle rope and landing in an RKO.
So, unless I'm missing something, they just let go of Orton and Show?
No, because after the match,
sorry.
No, it's okay. Because right after the match, Matt Stryker got in the ring and asked him, how have you been since Big Show turned on y'all? Has this slowed you down? And Orton's like, no, I've never been more focused. And then he turns around and delivers another RKO to Cody Rhodes. So it looks like they're possibly going to be feuding Orton and Big Show, and then Sheamus and Mark Henry.
Orton's always focused. He's the Viper.
Yeah, he's the apex predator. So, but yeah, Orton ends up defeating Cody Rhodes. A pretty good match, at least worth watching. The next match, we got to see Naomi from the Funkadactyls going up against Nikki Bella,
which is not the main event.
It was not the main event, surprisingly for this week. Nikki Bella ends up getting or I should say Brie Bella ends up getting the victory, using the twin magic or whatever. But after the matchup, Cameron and Naomi are complaining to the ref, saying, "Hey, they switched on it," and the ref reversed the decision and disqualified Nikki, giving Naomi the victory. So it looks like the twin magic might not work anymore.
So they just believed them. They didn't show them or
they may have. I didn't get to catch that part. I just recall seeing, the ref talking to them and then basically saying, no, revert the decision. So, but Naomi ends up getting the victory on that one. Next up, we got to see the Shield come down and talk about what they did to the Undertaker on SmackDown last week, which was, they beat him down after the matchup between Dean Ambrose and the Undertaker. Beat him down, put him through the table, and so they basically...
It's a pretty good match.
Yeah, and so, as they're talking, they get interrupted by 3MB of all people, who say, "Hey man, you still interrupted us from giving the beat down to Triple H, so we're gonna take it out on you." And sure enough, they climb into the ring and get beat down, and then Team Hell No comes out, and Shield decide to take their leave on that one.
It's like I would think that would be cool for the 3MB, but because it's Hills versus Hills, but it's like they didn't give. It's like it was nothing because the Shield beat them down or whatever.
Yeah,
I kind of like the idea of like 3MB being the guys who just can't get a foot like started like anywhere, but still being like, "Oh no, hell no, you're not gonna."
We're not taking this.
Right, we're not taking any shit. We may get our asses kicked all the time, but yeah, I kind of like that.
And they'll be the team to get the victory over the Shield by some like screw up or something.
If that pays off during long-term booking, that's probably like a nice little thing that they have going.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that. I mean, it has to pay off a long term though. I mean, they have to do something with them in the meantime until if they were to do
cost them a match or something. Who knows? But yeah. So Shield beats down 3MB until Team Hell No appears. And throughout the night, they were talking about John Cena's injury because overseas he suffered an Achilles injury. Excuse me. And so
honest engine.
Yes. And so throughout the night they're talking about it, and they showed a segment with Ryback backstage saying, look, you're injured, and you're once again you're leaving me to face the Shield alone, and I'm not doing it. So he basically goes to talk to Vicky Guerrero, and she says, "Okay, well you can team up with Team Hell No." And he says, "No, I don't trust them either, so I'm out." And he basically ends up walking out.
Wearing a really awful jacket.
Yeah.
And a hoodie in the middle of summer.
Or beanie.
Beanie, yeah.
Kind of remind you
I mean,
of,
that's what I meant, not a hoodie.
Yeah.
the Goldberg look.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people were comparing him to. They're like, man.
But a really ugly jacket.
Yeah, it was
Some
pretty bad.
Really stupid looking stuff.
But it's probably the only thing that fits him because he's a big guy.
Look, people, let me tell you something. It's totally fine to be fashionable, but let me tell you something. Function before fashion. If you're in the middle of summer, you don't wear a beanie. You just don't. It's stupid. Don't do it. It doesn't. I don't care if you think it looks awesome. I mean, I don't know where you live, but down here in Texas, like humid as fuck. It's like 80 degrees like right now, and and it's only gonna get hotter and hotter and hotter as we get into summer. Don't wear a fucking beanie in the summer.
One fedora per group.
It's stupid. Also, don't wear a jacket in the summer. It's stupid.
So
I don't care how cool you think it looks.
I think he just got hungry and went to go find a Cracker Barrel.
Well, how cool is it in the building over there? But
who knows? Maybe it was pretty cold. I don't know. But yeah. So he was gone, and Team Hell No basically said, we don't care. We want to fight the Shield, and Cena basically came up and said, well, I'm going to fight him too. So, although this was throughout the entire night,
I saw the Cena stuff and the Hell No stuff.
Yeah. So they kind of summed it up. But speaking of the divas, there was a backstage segment with Caitlyn.
Hey,
and
not to cut you off, but so Maddox was the guy who went after Hell No was like, we don't care, we want the match, it doesn't matter, we want it. Then Vicky whispered something to Maddox, and he went to do whatever. I don't know. I guess he went to talk to Cena, but I don't know why. If Cena was like, I want the match, and he was like, but you're hurt.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm kind of high on Maddox. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Like I'd like to see more of him. It's
I
like
was about to say they don't show that much.
I don't even care. Like I don't even care about seeing him as a wrestler. I just kind of like
backstage,
like any screen time, because some weeks they'll show him, some weeks they won't. So
yeah, he's got like a good like like I don't know. He's got that weird like quirky thing going. It's pretty cool. I don't know. I like the guy.
And him on commentary is pretty funny as well. So,
Bricky.
but yeah. Huh?
Bricky.
Yeah, Bricky. So, but yeah, back to the Diva segment. We got to see Caitlyn and AJ, get ready to go at it. AJ's telling, Ziggler, hey, hold me back, before I have to throw down. But a package was delivered to Caitlyn, and it was a spiky hat from a secret admirer. So,
Define spiky hat.
well, you know how like they have those wristbands that have spikes on them?
Yeah, like studs, you mean?
Yeah, that,
Okay.
but it's a hat. And it was porcupine hat. Like wristband, but
Right.
entire hat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was. So
Like, I'm not knocking the... If it's what I think it is, I'm not knocking the studded belt. I mean, I owned a studded belt back in the day.
Yeah,
But I can't imagine that on a hat.
it was pretty crazy.
Google image that. I need to see this.
All right, but it kind of makes you wonder, like, who's going to be the secret admirer on this one? It was this.
Oh, hell no. Why the hell would you wear that?
It was a porcupine,
Oh, that's lame.
and she was like, "Oh, look, it goes with my wristband."
That's lame.
So tad bit extreme,
I don't like those kind of studs. I like the flatter studs. That's the kind of belt. Yeah.
like that. So yeah, but yeah, the spiky hat. But who do you guys think the secret admirer would be?
Well, I mean, if you had to tell me before the studded hat thing, I would have said Cody Rhodes because it seemed like they were playing up that whole thing. But unless he's like a closet like S&M dude or something, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how it fits in. Maybe it's
the mustache,
maybe it's
love stash.
Green mustache, guys.
No, I don't know. Maybe it's like a debuting guy. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess it wouldn't have the effect if it was a debuting guy.
Seeing a lot of people were saying, "Oh, it's going to be Cody Rhodes" because of their history in the past. The highly rumored guy right now is Big E Langston, but I would go on a swerve route and say Damian Sandow because he's supposed to be really smart, but he doesn't really know a whole lot about Caitlyn, and it would be he tried to lead Cody away from Caitlyn, saying, "Oh, she's all right. She's not that great. Oh, I wouldn't mess with her." Only to try
Here
and,
the Bellas.
yeah. So,
I don't know. I mean, I guess I could see
because
that.
Damian Sandow wasn't even on Raw this week.
Like, come on, the Bellas need.
There were a lot of people missing from Raw this week.
Well, weren't they like? Oh no, that was last week.
Mhm.
Never mind.
The
Where
Bellas.
where they had they had like a limited amount of dudes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The
But
Bellas need good men like John Cena and Daniel Bryan.
I think they got that covered.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, the next matchup we got to see Dolph Ziggler going up against Kofi Kingston in a champion versus champion match. This was another match that had some pretty good length to it. I thought it was a pretty nice showing from both parts. But Dolph Ziggler ends up getting the victory. And as soon as they announced it, I was like, Dolph has to go over in this one because you can't have Kofi get the victory on him. But Dolph ended up getting the victory with Big E attacking after the match.
It's been reported that recently Kofi has become a father.
Yes, he has. He recently, I don't know if it's girlfriend or wife, but recently gave birth. So now Kofi's a papa.
It's also been reported that really recently, that he's been in the rap game a long time.
Does he have a scar on his face?
I don't know.
Oh, but did either of you guys get to catch this matchup?
No, I came in. What's next?
Swagger versus Zack Ryder.
Saw that.
Okay.
I didn't see this.
Okay, but
I came in when they were like being like, "Oh, how do we track our pizza?" And they're like, "Wait, where's our pizza? It says it's here." And then they
hey, it's in the front row.
Yeah, and they're all eating
That's the
pizza.
second time they've used the pizza and it not work out for Jerry the King Lawler.
But truthfully, probably shouldn't be eating it.
Yeah, no joke. Who needs healthy living?
I know, right?
He died and came back. He's fine.
The guy's bulletproof.
He'll be all right. Don't worry about it. So, but yeah, next up we got to see Jack Swagger go up against Zack Ryder, who once again wasn't sporting glasses and the wristbands and all the gimmick stuff that he does comes out. His hair's not gelled or spiked up. So, Swagger mostly dominated this match. They gave Ryder a little bit of offense, but not a whole lot. But Swagger ends up getting the victory via submission.
Yeah, it was a fine match. I mean, I don't have any problems with it.
Yeah, like I said,
I don't get the whole Ryder coming out and like taunting the guy before.
Yeah,
like they don't really have a history.
No, that was.
I mean,
quite
or
unusual.
even they don't even have like a recent history.
It's like, oh, let's show the clip of what happened. So now it's like, oh, we have a reason to show this clip again.
Right.
So
I don't
think
know.
they just showed it just to show it.
Yeah.
And
I
just
guess
be
so.
like, haha, your guy lost. So, whatever. But yeah, like I said, the action, like the matches themselves were pretty good. There wasn't really, a bad match. It was just some of the stuff in between the matches that kind of threw me off. But next up, we got to see Mark Henry come out to the ring and decide he wants to have a tug of war. So first up, he got to face Tensai, in which he was victorious. And then he went up against Brodus Clay, who he again was victorious against. And then Sheamus comes out, taunts him a little bit, and says, "Hey, well, why don't we have a test of strength?" Sheamus lets go of the rope to make Mark Henry fall back, and then delivered the bro kick for the trouble. So, it's building the Sheamus Mark Henry feud. But what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, I didn't have a problem with the feats of strength kind of display.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was fine. He's world's strongest man. I would expect him to be able to out tug of war, anybody on the roster.
Yeah.
Sheamus stuff bugged me a little bit. I mean, it's not an issue of Henry has fucked with him enough times and speared him in the middle of interviews throughout to where it's fine for Sheamus to come out and initiate the confrontation. That's fine, but it's just kind of it's just weird for a babyface to result to trickery for in my opinion. It's if you're just so mad at the guy you want to get your hands on him, then just run out there and fight him. You know, why would you be like, oh well,
you're the Celtic warrior who loves to fight. Go out and fight him.
Or if you just want to test your strength against him, then take your butt whooping like a man if you can't beat him at that. But don't be like, well, I'll show you. I'm gonna
let go of the rope and make you fall.
That I expect that from him now.
From Sheamus?
Yeah.
Not really.
It's just so weird to me. It just doesn't work for me. Again, I'm totally fine with him running out there. If he just wants to fight, that's fine. I mean, Henry has messed with him enough for him to want to get his hands on him. So
it's is his face gimmick too comical?
It's not even comedy. It's just
or he tries to be comical.
Well, I mean, he does in spots and he has in the past, but I mean, it's just more of the I want a babyface who's going to be it's we've established that it would have been fine for him to just run out and start beating the shit out of Henry. It would have been fine. Then just do that.
Instead of getting a one-up on him.
Well, it's just babyfaces are supposed to be in my opinion, how I like a babyface is just to be a gritty, underdog fighter type dude where he's not trying to play mind games or trying to be sneaky to get one up on somebody. He's just if he has a reason to go out and do it, he's just going to go out and do it, and he may win or he may lose. But he's not a sneaky little bitch about it. He's just going to go out there and do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how I just don't like that. It's just not for me.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I just, I can understand the part where they have him tell a story about his great uncle, such and such, who, did whatever to relate it back to what's going on in the ring. But this, I don't know. I like him when he's more fierce, I guess, when he has more energy and just.
He's a fine worker. I like him a lot in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like a lot of his gimmick and a lot of his direction as a babyface. And I don't know if how much input he has, or if they're. I would imagine not much if they set up this segment there. Probably that's what they wrote for it to happen. But
probably here, go out and do this. Well, all right.
It just doesn't work for me. I mean, I guess a lot of people like that. Oh, you always hear people yell shades of gray, and I'm just like, it just doesn't. It doesn't fit for me. It just doesn't.
What's next? He's gonna tap him on the other shoulder and be on the other side. Oh, I got you, fella.
It's just dumb. It's just dumb. And I like Sheamus, and so I don't want to like shit on him, but I mean, it needs to be. If I feel like it needs to be shat on, it will.
It's where his character is, like where his he needs to play more to the Celtic warrior.
I mean, he didn't even have to like play up the gimmicky side of that.
Well,
it just has to be like a.
It could be you've attacked me twice.
So I just want to beat your shit.
Yeah, so I want to take that out on you,
right.
like so that we don't, like you said, we don't need the tug of war. Oh, I'm gonna let you fall kind of thing. It's just,
or if he just wanted, if he would have just went out there and lost, or then they kind of got in each other's face about it or whatever, that would have been fine too. But it's just like,
and it would have made Sheamus look like the underdog
right.
on that one. It's like, well, now we know he's not stronger than him. Like, he'll put up a fight, but we know he's not stronger.
I mean, he could have went out there, lost fair and square, like he was going to anyway, and then like Henry could have been like really like brazen about it, got in his face and be like, "Yeah, you little bitch, I just whooped your ass," and then they could have got a little shoving match, and the shit could have got physical.
Yeah.
Or Sheamus could have just been like, "Hey, you keep sneak shotting me, I'm gonna run out there and beat your ass."
Yeah.
Any of that works. This just doesn't work for me.
Or even have the same scenario where Sheamus is holding his own against Mark Henry, and Mark Henry's the one who lets go and charges Sheamus.
Yeah, that would have been fun too.
Yeah, so I don't know. Let us know what you think.
And there's like 5 options there, and they pick the only one that seems wrong to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's so strange, so very, very strange. But yeah. But other than that, we got to go back into the action. We got to see Alberto Del Rio going up against Antonio Cesaro, and they had all 3 of the participants in the triple threat. Obviously try and look strong, like they can all hold their own. But Del Rio going up Antonio Cesaro, I didn't get to see all of this matchup, or from what I saw, I liked.
Oh, this was really good.
Yeah.
Really
and
good.
A lot of people were saying the same thing as well. So I kind of want to go back and rewatch it, start to finish.
I mean, surprise, surprise, Del Rio and Cesaro delivered. I mean, it's kind of what you would expect from these guys. Cesaro is like the golden boy of TV matches. He doesn't get a lot of chance to shine anywhere else, but like these like 10-minute TV matches that he gets, but he fucking knocks it out of the park every time.
They both look strong, and it's just that I like how
and the finish was. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, that was good too, but there was a lot of pins and kickouts and stuff, and it was just a good match all around.
Yeah, the finish was really cool, where Del Rio goes for the flip over like cross arm breaker, which Cesaro like counters into a cradle, and then Del Rio positions like maneuvers that back into an arm breaker, which was I don't know. It was just a really good match. I mean,
what's just kind of funny at the end though, I know he's gonna tap, but he could have put his foot on the rope. He was that close. He could have.
I thought he did a good job of like looking like he was. Some guys look like. Sometimes guys are quote unquote reaching for the ropes, but it's really obvious they could grab it if they wanted to.
Yeah.
He looked like he was really like he was just barely out of reach. To me, that's how I took it. That's how it looked to me. But I thought he did a good job. He reached. It was like barely out, but he couldn't get to it, and he's like, "Fuck, I gotta tap. I gotta tap."
Can't get it. Got to go with option B, which is the lesser favored option, but better to have your arm than to not. So, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. We're not going like this. We're going like this.
We're going up that ladder. So yeah.
In my head, this is gonna sound bad. When he did that, I was like, "Are they moving on up
to the east side?
Yeah,
to a deluxe apartment in the sky." Cool. So yeah, but Del Rio ends up getting the victory and announces that the championship match, the stipulation he wants is a ladder match, which I think is a good choice because all 3 of the combatants have won Money in the Bank, so it's not like they can't, this guy hasn't won a ladder match before. They've all won a ladder match at some point in time, so it's it's sort of equal playing ground for all 3. So I like that. I like that decision.
I'll agree.
And but I kind of want to go back a little bit on the topic of Cesaro. There are a lot of people saying, well, he's been on a losing streak here lately. Has he done something wrong?
You guys notice how he's adding to the elbow?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Nice.
But, I mean, not the elbow, the European uppercut in the corner.
Very nice.
Exit stage.
Yeah, going cartoony. But you know, there are a lot of people questioning: has he done something wrong? Is he in bad eyes of someone? Apparently, there are reports saying no, he's not. It's just the booking as far as who they want to, you know, try and levitate, like, you know, elevate. Thank you. Man, my mind's in different places right now. But yeah, they want to elevate certain people, and it just happens to fall on Cesaro. So, you know, apparently they're still really high on him. So be on the lookout for him to get his raise as well. But I just wanted to touch up on that.
He's coming. Like, I mean, yeah, they kind of missed building him as like a guy who didn't lose a lot of matches except against like very like top tier opponents. Mm-hmm. They kind of missed out on that, but he's the one guy that's trusted. You know, like a lot of people for a long time, people were talking about how little wrestling was on Raw and how short the matches were, and they're on a trend of longer matches and a couple of longer matches per show, where at least 2 matches that go multiple segments, and Cesaro is always a guy in one of those spots.
Yeah,
Cesaro's rarely ever the 4-minute match guy, and I think that shows
throwback.
That's confidence. I mean, right there, you don't put a guy who can't work in the multi-segment match every week. You know.
Yeah, and what I like about the matches that he's in is that the commentators are always building him up. You know, they're always saying that he is a genuine good wrestler. You know, they aren't just saying, "Oh, there's Cesaro." But speaking of the other guy, you know, it's like they always, especially JBL. JBL loves talking about Cesaro. I've noticed. You know, he's like, he's a throwback. He's vicious. He's dominant. He's going to do what he wants in the ring. You know, so I'm really like that gives me confidence that, you know, he's not in bad terms with anyone as far as backstage. So you know, it could just be a rut that he's in right now, but give it a little time, and, you know, like I said, we'll see him be a top guy before long.
He's gonna European uppercut your head off.
Your face. So next up, we got to see a dance contest between the Great Khali
good Lord.
and Fandango. Go. And, you know, this was sort of just one of those time fillers.
It wasn't that. I didn't think it was that bad.
The fans got a kick out of it.
Well, Lawler was asking them questions about like what they thought of Jericho on Dancing with the Stars.
Good. I know. I did laugh whenever Khali was talking. Is that horrible? That laughed at him when he's talking.
I mean, you really can't understand the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, as not joking around, I literally don't know what he said.
Put it on closed caption, and they're just like inaudible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but the leg drop was nice, and it was from really far away.
And it makes Fandango look pretty good because, you know, he can do what a lot of people haven't been able to do, and that's take him down. Like he, you know, as soon as the dance contest was over, he attacked Khali, went straight for the leg, got him down. Then he did his little finishing maneuver and then jumped off the top rope and.
No, it was just a Russian leg sweep.
Oh. I thought
he jumped off the turnbuckle, then onto him with the leg drop.
I thought he was setting him up for that, but he just hit him with a Russian leg sweep.
No,
and then
he did the leg.
He did the leg drop after that.
Oh, wait. So what did you think? What?
He clipped him in the leg from behind. He hit a Russian leg sweep. As he was trying to get up, he grabbed him, hit the Russian, which positioned him for the leg drop.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So there you go. But the fans were definitely dancing away for...
Did you notice that Khali has good dance moves?
No. I did not.
He was fine. Come on, man. His knees don't bend. What do you want from that guy?
That's true.
It's easy to shit on Khali. Come on, man. That's
very easy.
Take the high road.
So basically, well, you know, I was kind of watching it, and I noticed that he kind of only did one move.
He spun around so many fucking times.
So he did one move and won the dance contest, and
it was judged by audience applause. I mean, what do you want?
Yeah, it was judged by audience applause.
Oh, he said, oh.
He didn't do one. He didn't do just one move because he did the thing he does afterwards.
No, it's remember Daniel's sore feelings. You remember?
I know what you're talking about. I'm not sore about it. Not
Damn
sure
little
about it.
kid.
So moving on.
I
on.
just realized
Got
what
to see the Shield take on.
you're trying to make a parallel
Team
between.
Hell No and John Cena.
I just realized what you guys were talking about. Fucking slow today, guys.
That's okay. Have another cookie.
They have one left.
Oh man, I shouldn't, but I'm going.
Do it.
I got it for your birthday, man. We gotta have. Yeah, I had 3 as well. Tyler, how many do you have?
Do not know.
Because you said there was only 1 left, and I bought 12. He's had 3. I've had 3.
Well, this is 4.
Well, that's 4 now.
I had the rest.
Gah! So, having cookies, all kinds of fun, jumping up and down. You excited? You good? So we got to see the Shield go up against Hell No and John Cena, with Shield getting the victory once again. So looking very strong.
Good match.
Yeah, a very strong match. I like the fact that Cena was. I don't know if he's selling it or if it
was real.
How legitimate his injury is.
When he kicked.
I think they were playing it up because
Yeah.
Hell No didn't want to tag him in.
Yeah. And then he would kick and and then he lifted one of the guys over his head and I can't hold him up.
I knew I should have waited, but he hit the kick and then realized he couldn't do much with him and he hobbled over to the ropes for them to tag in.
Yeah. So, but a very solid match. The Shield get the victory once again, pinning Cena of all people in this one. So, not too bad. And for this coming week's SmackDown, it's going to be Dean Ambrose versus Kane. So first he goes up against The Undertaker. Now he's going up against Kane. So
he's clearly the favorite.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about from
as backstage
right.
presence. Yeah. So and I made the post on our Facebook page during Raw, or I guess after Raw. All three of the members of the Shield, they're going to have a good career. As far as where they are right now, they're going to do well. But I think Ambrose is just going to be, just that one tier higher. And if you go back and watch the matchup that he had against CM Punk at the what was it, FCW arena or whatever they had, one of the house shows that they did or something.
I didn't see that, but the Regal match was awesome.
Was it? But after the matchup, Punk grabbed the microphone and said, there's a lot of people out in the back wanting to be the next CM Punk. Well, that guy right there is going to be the first Dean Ambrose. So that kind of speaks volumes for someone to have the praise of CM Punk, to go up against The Undertaker, now to go up against Kane, to be in a group that has defeated John Cena, Randy Orton, Big Show, Sheamus, Daniel Bryan, all these guys. These guys are going to be top tier guys to be on the lookout for.
Well, it's almost like unprecedented, like how strong they've been booked out of the gate.
Yeah. Like
it's
for a group like that. It's been a while for.
A debuting group. I mean, you can see guys coming who already have a name, either re-debuting or coming from somewhere else.
Yeah,
who are booked strong out of the gate, but never guys who are just coming up from like developmental. Like,
yeah. And that's what I really like, because they made a post a few days ago about why haven't some of the guys from NXT been called up yet, and they're saying, well, we want something planned for you. We want longevity. We don't want you to just show up, get a
fucking should be, man.
Yeah. And so this is the first sign of them getting this underway, getting it right. Yeah. So it's just whenever they finally do decide to split up, they're going to be going in different directions. Like, we'll probably see one or two of them on Raw and the other on SmackDown. So, but I mean, obviously they've gotten rid of the brand separation, so they'll be going back and forth. But you see some on one show more than the other. But yeah, this is proving that developmental planning is working, at least for the time being.
Well, since they shuffled and they signed a bunch of guys, a bunch of high-end guys, those guys, and your heroes and your genericos and dudes like that. Like, and then they've got guys down there like Dusty's down there, Regal's down there. It's kind of hard to fuck that up when you if you've got like the top tier indie guys, and then you've got guys who can like direct these guys and how to take what made them successful in the independents and merge that with what the WWE wants and expects out of them. Like, it's kind of hard to fuck that up if you got the right guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So they're definitely, I think that the developmental stage, the future is going to be looking pretty bright. So, you know, if they can keep this up as far as let's bring these guys in with a plan, we know where they're going to be going, you know. Now let's just make sure, you know, as long as they can deliver, they're going to be good to go, you know. And there's a lot of people already that are all they need is the go ahead, and they'll be taken off. So something to look forward to. But yeah, so Shield ends up getting the victory over Hell No and Cena. Ryback decides to come back out after the matchup and just stares at Cena, you know, from the rampway. That's pretty much how we closed out Raw. So all in all, not too bad. Like I said, the matches were pretty good.
It certainly feels like the top level feud that they have going. The Shield, Hell No, and whoever they're putting with Hell No. Like,
yeah.
I mean, even with like the champ stuff, I mean, it's like.
So I'd be curious to see if they have a matchup at Extreme Rules. But yeah,
it certainly feels like it's above whatever they're doing with Ryback and Cena.
Because they at least have direction with it. Yeah. So who knows? Maybe we'll see a tag match or something. Tag match playa. So but we do have some hot topics. Like we were speaking of developmental earlier. You know, NXT is rumored possibly to be set to air in the U.S. as early as summer or fall this year.
Well, they have it, and it airs in Florida.
Well, yeah,
like on TV.
But as far as a nationwide programming,
like airs at like
on the CW at Saturday at 10 a.m.
That'd be pretty. That's pretty awesome because that's like I watch so much that I'm not like. I don't like keep up with it as well as I would like to, but it's probably the most fascinating thing in the entire WWE as far as like a consistent show.
Yeah, nice. But yeah, so it's possibly set to air throughout the entire U.S. As early as summer or fall this year. So definitely be on the lookout for
syndicated type stuff.
Yes.
Or, okay.
Like, you know, they're just looking for a network to carry it right now.
But it like syndication where they're gonna start like showing all, like old shit or just plugging in shit, or is it gonna be like a kind of current thing?
I'm not sure, but I'm sure they'd probably keep it pretty current, and they'll just have like a segment where they sort of do a character, you know, bio or something. You know, say, oh, this week's spotlight is on this guy. Or
that's rad. Yeah, I'm all for that.
So there you go. Also, WWE has partnered with Yahoo. To show the pre-shows and post-shows on the pay-per-views. So it kind of leads to a rumor that the partnership with YouTube is coming to an end. So, you know, apparently Yahoo's going to be having all the clips and stuff that YouTube usually does. So what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm not like
we don't have a whole lot of information about it, but
I don't have like a background in like knowing like media corporation stuff. Like, I don't know. I'm just like, seems like YouTube is hotter of a place to be than Yahoo.
Yeah.
But that's about all I can gather from it. I don't know.
Maybe they tried for Google and Google was like, no, try Yahoo. Try MSN. So.
Well, see, there's like, I've heard these like fascinating theories about people are saying, well, a network could still be coming. It's just may not be in the traditional sense of like this is a channel on a TV somewhere, just like
they could do that on their website. Yeah, WWE.com.
Right, and they may be partnering with one of these like internet companies that's going to help them build that kind of a thing. You know, it may still be a network, just not in the traditional sense, in like in the internet present sense. You know,
possible. We'll have to see what the future holds. Last bit of hot topic for you. Indie wrestler Sami Callihan reportedly is undergoing medical testing for the WWE.
And he's fucking awesome, and he's just another like top tier guy who they're adding to their fucking. Yeah. It's fucking awesome. You don't. Go watch his matches with Finley from Evolve. What was it? 11 and Evolve. Is it 11 and 12? I want to say Evolve 11 and Evolve 12. That may be fucked up, but maybe like 11 and 13 or something like that. Check around there. After the 10's Evolve shows, watch his matches with Finley, and they're fucking awesome, and that's all you need to know why he belongs there with all the rest of those.
You can just put him versus Finley Evolve on YouTube or something.
Well, their footage probably isn't up there like that. They're real tight-assed about their footage, so you might actually have to purchase the download or the DVD, but it's worth it. They're good matches. They're really good matches.
Cool. All right.
And what the fuck? You already know Finley's awesome, so go watch Finley versus this other awesome guy.
So there you go. So be on the lookout for him as long as he can pass his testing. So be expecting him in developmental soon. Time to go into the Q&A portion of the show. Your question and our answers. First question coming to us from Thomas. Drop it low, son.
Drop it low, son. You flaked on me. We made eye contact as we're going to do it in stereo, and you didn't. You flaked. No, do your half.
Drop it low, son. Drop it low, son.
Saying, hey, guys, first of all, happy birthday, Doug.
Thank you very much. And wait, first of all, I'm sorry you didn't get your T-shirt yet, but I sent it the same day as I sent Ben's and everybody else's. So I don't know how big of a country you live in and how far you guys live apart.
It's a conspiracy, man.
It's on the way. I got a receipt. I mailed it.
But he says, hope you've had a great day and got some great stuff.
Thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate that.
But the question is, fans often look at the Attitude Era with rose-tinted glasses, saying how it was the absolute best time in wrestling and nothing else, in particularly the WWE now, can ever compare to it. Firstly, what factors do you think have gone in to cause people to see the Attitude Era as the perfect time in wrestling? Secondly, what do you think the WWE do better now than how the WWF did in the Attitude Era?
Well, as far as why, I think it's because it was quite literally the most popular time in all of wrestling. Is the most popular time to be a wrestling fan. It was the most socially acceptable time to be a wrestling fan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, look, I'm at a point in my life where I don't give too much of a fuck about what anybody thinks of me and what I do. I mean, but, there are times when it was not necessarily cool to be a wrestling fan,
Yeah.
And that was a time when it was, widely accepted, and everyone has really fond memories of that. And wrestling was everywhere. It was all over the place. They had some of the biggest stars ever came out of that era.
Mm-hmm.
I think that adds to why people just think that way.
Yeah, mixed that with the competition between WWE and WCW. Obviously, you want a ratings war. You got to have something that's going to leave people talking about the show afterwards. So you got to make your show edgier and stuff like that. So that's a big part as to why it was more successful than you could say. Well, I don't know if you could say it's more successful, at least financially today, but as far as like you said, an acceptance and stuff like that.
I think it was a lot of the guys were making really good money.
And a lot of people would watch the shows, and you hear stories about, oh yeah, when I was in college we watched this all the time, and stuff like that, and it kind of just faded away after WCW died. But
I mean, I really agree with what you said about the competition stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's super valid and super on the nose. But I don't think you can downplay or under acknowledge the fact of social acceptance. Of being a fan. Look, man. If a girl was to walk into my apartment right now and saw a half naked Daniel Bryan standee that is there, I'm probably not getting laid. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm just saying that it plays into it. You know what I mean? Maybe in the Attitude Era, if I have a Rock or Stone Cold standee, I'm probably still getting laid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It matters.
So just imagine herself with the Rock or Stone Cold. It'd be good.
I like my Daniel Bryan one, though.
Yeah?
So, fuck y'all.
How about you, Tyler? How about you? Why do people consider the Attitude Era the best time or perfect time in wrestling?
I mean, y'all have valid points, and I agree with y'all. But there's this...
Ooh, there's blood. Ooh, there's cursing. Ooh, there's girls wearing bikinis.
Well, that is too, but it's I don't know. I felt like and I was way younger, so I didn't analyze a lot of stuff. I just felt like everything I watched was really enjoyable and stuff.
Yeah.
Because back then, also when I was younger, I didn't analyze everything I do now.
Right.
So.
It seemed like they were having a little more fun because they could say things and do things that
don't
were
get me wrong, I
a
still
little
like
bit
these
risque.
days,
Yeah.
But
it was literally chic. It was like a cool thing to be into in the Attitude Era. Like in my high school, people who probably never watched it before and haven't watched it since, you could walk down like the halls of my high school and see like wrestling t-shirts like all over the place, you know?
So a lot of people were into it at the time, so that, and ratings were highest they had ever been, and, just selling all kinds of stuff. And, the storyline of I'm going to attack my boss, people living their lives through Stone Cold, attacking McMahon, it was one of those escapes, escape from reality kind of thing. So, I think people will look back at it fondly, but there's also a lot of bad times that were in there as well.
I mean, they had as much good as any other era and as much bad as any other era. I mean, it was just so fucking hot in that era that people remember that, like, that coolness about it, like how awesome it was to be a fan at that time. Because honestly, like, I keep probably overselling this like social acceptance part of it, but like you could talk about wrestling with like anybody then. It was like all over the.
It was on Jay Leno and all that, So, I mean,
it's just like one of those times. It's just like being like, oh, hey, remember when we were cool or something? Like, I don't know.
It's like how The Walking Dead is the thing to watch now.
Right.
Like, now it's The Walking Dead or Game of Thrones or, whatever show is on. Back then it was Monday Night Raw or Monday Nitro. Like, oh, this is the thing. We got to watch this. And, eventually just people kind of moved on from it.
Well, okay. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's fine.
Question. Was it called the Attitude Era during, or they named it after?
No, they named it during. Well, it wasn't like it wasn't. Oh, this is the Attitude Era. Well, actually, he did. McMahon came out and said, "I'd like to introduce, a new edgier programming we're going to be bringing to you. It's going to have attitude." And after that, whenever Monday Night Raw would start, they would have their little logo that flashes by, and underneath it would say Attitude.
Yeah.
So that was the quote-unquote Attitude Era. But, the second part of the question, secondly, what do you think the WWE do better now than WWF did during that Attitude Era?
Well, I haven't really had the time to think about this to give a really good answer, but off the top of my head, one thing I would point out is like more organic and because it's organic, more long-term, more organic, like booking. I think a lot of times in the which I know a lot of people are gonna hate and shit on that I said that, but it makes more sense. And during the Attitude Era, particularly during the Monday Night Wars part of the Attitude Era, it was swerve and surprise just for the sake of swerve and surprise a lot of the time, just because they wanted people turning in. It didn't matter if it was a good surprise. It didn't matter if it made sense as a surprise. It just mattered that they shocked people, so people knew that they had to watch, so they couldn't miss whatever was going to happen. And while that can be an exciting time to be a fan, I don't necessarily. Exciting doesn't always necessarily equal good if you're just like swerving and shocking just for the sake of doing that. And I think at least now they have a better handle on organic like storytelling, where I mean, I guess if you're all about the surprise, then maybe you don't like it, but at least the majority of it seems logical. I don't know. That's just something off the top of my head. I don't know. There's probably better answers than that.
Think of what WWE does better than.
What do they do better now?
Promote.
Yeah.
To get the information out to the people, I guess. Well, now they're on social media and do all that stuff, but.
So social media has definitely helped, help them reach a wider audience.
Yeah, they do a lot of charities. Well, I don't know. They could have done charities back in the day. I don't remember anything, but
They weren't
That
as public
gets
about it.
that's
Yeah,
publicity,
that was.
more publicity.
They probably lost more sponsors during the Attitude Era than
Yeah,
they gained.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So more charity work, a little bit more social media, involvement. Anything else?
I don't know.
Not off the
I'll
top of
think
your
of
head.
something if you
Okay.
go ahead.
My answer would probably be that they take better care of their wrestlers. They've done away with chair shots, so you don't want any concussions. If they have a concussion, okay, you're sitting down for a month. You're not going to wrestle. We're taking care of you. Blading has been taken out. So you're preserving the face of your company, because you don't want to scare off the kids, but you also want to make sure that they don't have any long-term effects. I mean, look at Abdullah the Butcher or any other, wrestler from that time who is known to blade a time or two. Their foreheads are just completely scarred up.
Abby's way pre.
Oh yeah,
way pre-attitude.
Yeah, but I think they've made a greater step to take care of today's wrestlers. Even the past, they have their rehab clinics, they have the wellness policy, they have testing to make sure you can even go on the road for 200 days. So I think they've done
What did you just do?
Oh, he hit his fist. He was swinging for the fences, and
Oh, he hit himself earlier.
yeah. You all right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one thing that they've definitely done better as far as today's products. I mean, people will be like, "Oh, I want the Attitude Era back because there was cursing." Well, they still curse every once in a while on here, so it kind of, it's one of those things like you don't want to see blood in every single match because
Lessens the impact.
it lessens the impact. When you see it now, you're like, "Oh man, that They're not cutting themselves, or if they do, they get fined for it."
Think about the Cena Brock match.
Yeah, the way he busted him open hard way.
That was fucking insane.
And the same with Triple H and Lesnar at that Raw.
If everybody on that show had bled up until that point, it would be completely
It's
meaningless.
like, oh, okay,
Just happen,
yeah.
Yeah.
And as far as chair shots to the head, I forget which guest that we had on the air that talked about it. But they said, "Have you ever been hit in the head with a chair? It hurts. I don't want to do that." Yeah, Kid Cash. And he's like, "Dude, I'm glad they put that rule in." So they're taking steps to take better care of their wrestlers. Yeah, they don't offer insurance because obviously it's a job where your body's going to get hurt. So
because you're an independent contractor, Daniel.
Yeah, that too. So, but it's just
that's bullshit. They should have insurance.
They should, at least for some, say, "Hey, we'll take care of your surgery because, you bring in merchandise and we need to take care of you and you trust us." Maybe, but that's my thoughts on that one. So, anything else from you, Tyler? No? Okay. So, next question coming to us from Logan saying, "Hey guys, this may be old news."
That's Jonathan Crow's son.
Is it? Well,
Yeah,
he posted
dude.
his Logan, so from formerly of the Birds of War. So, saying, "Hey guys, this is old news, maybe, but what the hell happened to the WWE WrestleFest game? Wasn't it supposed to release on Xbox, PlayStation 3, and Android?"
Well, I thought it came out on PS3.
Good question. I don't know if it's on 360 or PS3. I don't know. I haven't really checked. I
thought I saw
I
it.
know for sure it's on iOS. I don't know about Android. I don't have an Android anymore, so I wouldn't know. I'm on iPhone right now.
Well,
so I know for a fact it's on iOS.
I know a while back I saw on Xbox Live, the marketplace, that they put it was a while back when they announced all this stuff. They had a trailer for it, so I would think by now they would have it on there.
Okay, so not for certain.
Don't have an Android Aberry. You have
I
an
will check on. Cause I have a PS3 and Xbox 360. I will check
There you
on that and let you know.
Definitely. So, final question coming to us from Nathan saying,
I meant check on Android because I don't have one.
Yeah, check on your phone. So, while he checks, we'll go on to the next question.
No, we're just gonna wait.
Okay,
Stop
we'll just
and
wait.
wait. Stop. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Ding, 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 ding. Should I move on or should we?
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Final question coming to us from Nathan saying, I was wondering if this has been discussed in a previous podcast, the fact that the WWE is constantly taking tag teams and having the members wrestle in singles matches. For example, having Sandow wrestle in a singles match, and then later in the show, Rhodes will have a singles match. I know they're trying to fill 3 hours, but is this a legit reason why the tag team division is struggling?
Yes.
Oh. All right, then.
I mean, it is. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the tag team division obviously is struggling.
There's just no focus. They don't care.
Yeah. But I know things they would do in the past, they would put, one member of each tag team in a match together to see how they would compare leading up to their eventual match.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like a blanket answer. Like if they have singles matches, then it's bad, and if they have tag matches, it's good. It's a way of building to a match where you can have some guys going over other guys without like the belts being on the line, or without it being like if they just wrestle each other, say before the pay-per-view, and one team has to win, one team has to lose, and you're like, well, then it's settled. There was the match, like so it plays into it. But where they fuck up is they don't have any other teams to bounce off of. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, they have teams, they just choose not to use them.
Yeah, they choose not to use the teams. And
Where are the primetime players this week? Where are the Usos?
Yeah, I mean, that's right. I mean, yeah, we probably have talked about it in the past.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know like a specific episode or anything, but just go listen to all our episodes, bro.
Yeah, listen, start it from 27 on, and you're good to go.
Word
see where we are. How about Tyler? What's the deal on the Android?
I couldn't find that.
Could not find it. All right, so looks like it might not be on Android, but continue to check on Xbox Live or PlayStation
let you
Network.
know
So
next week.
Thanks for all the questions. Submit your questions. Head on over to our Facebook page, WNS Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, WNS Video. Check us out on WrestlingNewsSource.com and WrestlingNewsSource.com on Facebook, and subscribe to our show on iTunes by searching WrestlingNewsSource.com or Wrestling News Source Podcast. That one.
Yeah,
good.
Think about it.
I got it. We're
if
good.
you want to follow us on Twitter, is at WNS Podcast for the main site, WN Source.
Really quickly, again, thank you to every listener who
Thank you.
Well, I was just gonna be selfish and be like, wish me a happy birthday. But yeah, thank you to all the listeners who listen. That's fucking awesome too.
Happy birthday to Doug. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah. Thank you guys. It means a lot.
My birthday's next.
And send them your presents.
All right.
We're at WNS Podcast on what's our other thing? Tout. Yes. My brain just went blank. Yeah, Tout.
So there you go. For the podcast crew, I am Daniel Heron.
I'm Tyler Abear.
I'm Doug.
And we'll catch you all next week.
Maybe. I don't know. Will we?
Maybe. Perhaps.
We might die.
Okay, bye.
You know what I want for my birthday?
What's that?
I want Aber to rap the song that Tex Lone Star wrote for me for my birthday.
Oh, snap.
Straight up.
Word.
Okay.
Straight up, now tell me.
Do it.
From one Tex Lone Star. Yo, his name is Doug Sutton. The ladies say he's cute as a button. The fellas try to front, but they know they ain't nothing. Yo, his name is Doug Sutton. Here he comes strutting when he's on the toilet. He's always grunting. Yeah, Doug. He's my hero. Traveling the world from Paris to Rio. When he's at the club, you know he don't pay. Besides, it's his birthday. Word.
Man, Tyler's been in the rap game for many years.
True that.
Good job, Tyler.
Thank you.